Okay. Looks like we're live. So we'll go ahead and get started. Greetings, Varlets. I'm Interrogator Rosario Rivas, Attaché to Milady Inquisitor Markham of the Ordo Hereticus, and welcome to Looking Cute and Painted Minis. I'm coming at you live from the grim dark future, currently broadcasting from the High World of Virago. The theme music for the stream is Chords of Lament and Hope by the venerable liturgist Adam Bell. We also have music for Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, which is composed by Guillaume David, and the copyrighted Bulwark Studios, and music from Warhammer 40k Darta, which is composed by Jesper Kid, and the copyrighted Fat Shark Games. All the music is provided to us by filmmusic.io and pixbay.com. And if you think that I'm currently streaming from a odd hour, it's not odd where we're streaming from, because it is daylight savings time, or at least daylight savings time is over. So we are back to this time slot. So we're still streaming from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., but I figured I'd give you that little heads up. All right, let's see here. Is anybody out there? Is anybody there? Alright, looks like we have some people. But yeah, today we're continuing to paint the Chaos Lord kitbashed, aka Vilitch the Curseling, or Vilitch the Chaos Space Marine. So yeah, we've come quite a long way painting him. He is looking very cool. I did some slight alterations to the back of his massive shoulder pauldron blade to make it look a little bit more, subtle in its transitions between the different hues on the metallic surface. I think it looks a lot better now. Yeah, we are continuing to paint non-metallic metal gold. So last week we used Morgfang Brown, and now this week we will be using XV88. Let's go ahead and shake up the bottle. And if you notice, I actually have a wet palette. Finally! Visa will be proud. Well, not too proud because I bought it. But at least we have it there. That'll be my first time actually using a wet palette, so we'll see how it goes. And then Seabass coming in saying, woo, wet palette. Oh yeah, I know, right? It's about time. Only took me a little over a year. Hey, how you doing, Seabass? Have a good week? What you been up to? And alongside with the wet palette, I also have some new brushes that were actually gifted to me by Lady Markham. And it is this Quintuple Zero Marines. So we'll go ahead and try these out. In case you give me a bunch of them. So hopefully they have a really good point, and hopefully it holds well. But yeah, because we're going to be working on the trim of this model, I feel like it's probably the best time to use it. And Seabass has been AFK due to life stuff, but back and ready to start painting again. Ooh, nice. What will you be painting? And hopefully the life stuff wasn't a bad thing, it was actually a good thing. What you been up to, if you don't mind me asking? And then we got Stratus saying ahoy Rosario. Hey Stratus, how you doing? What you been up to? Have a good week? And then Seabass says Cullen from Code Geass. And Seabass then says, and family stuff last week, but also ADHD, brain not letting do stuff. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that as far as the ADHD, but hopefully the family stuff was a good thing. Hopefully you had a good time with your family. And I am familiar with Code Geass, but I'm not enough with the whole cast of characters to know who Colin is. And Strata says, pretty good, pretty good. Painting some neophytes right now. Ooh, nice. So, Black Templars? So, I think they call their scouts neophytes, right? And Seabass says, yeah, went skiing and had a great time. Oh, happy to hear it. I've only been skiing once and I fell on my butt so many times. So Energon said, or aka Seabass says, Collins, the redhead, best girl from show. Okay, she's the one with the short hair, right? And Toronto says, yep, Code Geass is the best anime of all time. Wow. And, Somebody Rules clapping, right? Saying hello. How you doing, Somebody Rules? How you been? And then Seabass says, yep, okay, cool, good to know. And then Strata says CC. I'm not sure what CC means. Oh, hey, let's go ahead and get started. Put some paint on this guy. It looks like the paint already dried up. And so Rule says waving lol. Yeah, okay, I figured it was waving. I just read it wrong the first time. And says CC is best girl Code Geass lol. Ah, okay. Now we have a best girl fight. Gentlemen, lay down your arguments. Why is CC better than Collins? And Sunny Rose says, doing okay. How are you? What's new? I'm doing pretty good, right? Not just testing out a new brush. That's what you're seeing here. Yeah, trying out these Marie brushes. So far, it's holding up paint pretty well, and the paint is coming on nicely. And Seabass says, CC, just a girl that likes pizza, doesn't off any substance. Colin supports best boy regardless. Ooh, that sounds like fighting words. What do you got to say to that there, Stratus? And somebody Rose says, ooh, yeah, so far so good. I would say these are pretty good brushes. And then Viza saying hello. Hey, Viza, how's it going? Going good. How's your week been? And looky here, what I finally got. A wet palette. And 70 Rose says, going well and awesome. Glad to see it. Oh, well, thank you. You're the one who's been pushing for it long enough. I figured I might as well give you at least the credit for it. Right now, also trying out a new brush. So far, so good. Alright, let's make sure I'm on camera, because I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yeah, so far so good. And I think we're already seeing some nice transitions there with the color variation or the hue variation. But yeah, anybody see the new kill team that came out? Well, the new kill teams that are coming out. They look pretty neat, I gotta say. Yeah, I think I'm really liking this Marie brush. Jada says new kill team? Oh, yes, yes. There is a new Imperial sort of cultist team. So the Imperial cult is getting its own team. And we also have some Thorn cultists besides the Jackals. Yeah, already looking pretty good. I'm liking the transitions there. And right now, I don't know if it's the brush or the wet palette, but really it's helping the paint come off the brush really easily. Unlike when I was killing with the what's it called, the Da Vinci brushes, that it was pretty hard to get the paint off of it. So I'm gonna have to try later with a Da Vinci brush, see what it's like to get some paint off of it. The 70 Rose says, that's awesome. Yeah, I know, right? Thankfully, pretty thankful for getting this new set of brushes. But yeah, I know that Stratus is currently working on some neophytes. Anybody else working on anything right now? And 70 Rose has the biggest boss fight of every year in the US, taxes. Oh, yes. We are not free from that in the 41st millennium. So I totally understand what you're going through. Trust me, I am dreading tax day as well. Oh, yeah, sorry. Visa said that, not 70 Rose. Yep, sorry about that. Strata says, anyone going to Adepticon this month? I would love to. I went there last year, but I'm not going to be able to go this year. Like, Visa said, dealing with tax season this year, so yeah, no Adepticon from me. And then we have Hecaton saying, hey, how you doing, Hecaton? Doing good? Did you enjoy your stream the other day? You kick a lot of butt in Dead by Daylight? And then Hecaton says, doing good. Happy to hear it. You think you're well rested enough for going back to your minis? And Hecaton says, wasn't feeling 100% yesterday. Heat got to me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, you live somewhere really hot, so yeah, I don't blame you for wanting to relax and get out of that heat. Hecaton says, how's the model going? It's actually going pretty good. I think the transitions are coming along nicely with the non-metallic metal paint scheme. And Hecaton says, can you even paint today? It's going to 38 today. Oof. Well, good luck, okay? Stay in the shade as much as possible. Strata says, my friend said that the manliest thing anyone can say is for the Emperor. What do you guys think, lol? See, I prefer to go with for the Omnisire. But yeah, I would say for the Emperor's second manliest. Yeah, it's saying this brush is doing really good. I'm liking it. And Shadow says it's what brush is it? And it's actually a Marie's. I received this as a gift recently. It's a quintuple 0. And Carlos Nick diciendo hola. ¿Cómo estás, Carlos? Bienvenido a transmisión. Yo soy Rosario Rivas, attaché de Milady Inquisitor Markham del Ordo Heréticos. Y aquí estamos en Looking Cute en Painting Minis. So, esta es una transmisión donde pintamos miniaturas de diferentes clases de juegos, pero primordialmente pintamos del estilo de Warhammer 40k. Y ahora estoy pintando esta miniatura que se llama Vilitch the Curseling, que yo le añadí unas cuantas partes para ponerlo en Warhammer 40k. Originalmente es de Age of Sigmar. Sí, bienvenido. Yeah, that was me kind of describing what we do here. I told Carlos Snake that I'm just looking cute painting minis, and that we're currently painting Vilitch the Chaos Space Marine, which I kitbashed. And Hecaton says, "Okay, that was hot." What, me talking Spanish? Snake dijo, gracias, bien. Oh, nice. We just reached our goal of 190 followers. Thank you very much. Carlos, gracias por seguirme. Carlos dijo, gracias, bien. Pintando Death Guard de 40k. Qué chévere. Yo he pintado un Death Guard Plague Marine. Y era con... Déjame ver qué era lo que tenía. El arma, se me olvidó. Sí, tenía la hacha bien grande, Great Cleaver. O el Unclean Cleaver, creo que se llama. Pero sí, ¿qué te trajo a mi transmisión? ¿Me encontraste aquí en Twitch? ¿O viste mi Instagram o mi YouTube channel? Carlos Lake said, thank you. Good. Currently painting Death Guard at 40k. And I asked Carlos if he'd actually, how do you found me? And I also told him about the Death Guard Plague Marine that I painted a few streams back. Quite a few streams back, in fact. And Sony Rose sending out little emojis. And I think it's hot emojis. Or sweating emojis. Pero sí, Carlos, ok, me diste Twitch, me saliste en canal recomendado. Qué chévere. Así que te gusta pintar miniaturas entonces. Carlos says Twitch, you came out on my channel recommendations. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Then you must like painting minis. Pues sí, Carlos, ahora mismo estoy pintando de estilo no metálico esta miniatura. Es un estilo que siempre me ha interesado y quiero seguir mejorando en ese estilo, así que estoy aquí pintando Vilitch de ese estilo. I just told, well, Carlos says Twitch, you came out of my channel recommendations. I'm like, well, hey, I'm currently painting this in non-metallic metal style, and I'm currently painting the gold. And Sony Rose says, it's celebrating emojis to celebrate your followers' goal being in reach. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, hold on, I just realized I need to do something here. See if that works. Yes, it works. Just gave Hekaton a shout out. Please go follow him. He plays video games and he also paints minis. So also let me give a shout out to Seabass there. I just finally figured out how to do shout outs. Oh, hold on, I probably didn't read it right. Okay, yeah, I didn't read it right. Looks like I have to wait a bit before I do another one. Alright, so hold on, Seabass. I'll give you a shout out. Hekaton says, thank you for the shout out. Hey, my pleasure. Alright, so back at it. And Seabass says, you good. Thanks. Alright, so I feel like we've done pretty well with this part of the model so far. Let's go ahead and get a little bit down here, just so that we get some variation in the tones. looks like there's not enough paint on the brush. Carlos dijo, he visto tu Instagram, pintas muy bien. Ah, gracias, gracias. Me alegra que te guste. Carlos says he just visited my Instagram and he thinks I paint very well. And I said, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Pero sí, Carlos, ¿qué fue lo que te atrajo a Warhammer 40K? ¿Y tienes una facción favorita? ¿O es tu facción favorita el Death Guard? I asked Carlos, how did you come across Warhammer 40K? What got you interested? And what's your favorite faction? And is it the Death Guard? Because he is painting Death Guard, so maybe it is his favorite faction. All right, let's see if we can do that shout out now. Yeah, there we go. Carlos dijo, suelo pintar de 40K, Nurgle y Khorne. Luego aparte también pinto Age of Sigmar, Skaven, Nurgle, Khorne. Ah, así que te gustan más las fuerzas de Gauss. Bueno, no te lo culpo porque son bastante interesantes. As Carlos says, I usually paint 40K, Nurgle and Khorne. Apart from that, I also paint Age of Sigmar, which is Skaven, Nurgle, and Khorne. And I'm like, oh, hey, you like, I guess more the Chaos Forces. Well, I don't blame you. They can be pretty fun. La mía es los mecánicos, Adeptus Mechanicus. Esa es mi facción favorita. I just told Carlos that my favorite faction is Adeptus Mechanicus. Strata says, no wonder I felt the taint of chaos. Okay, we don't knock people's choices as armies here. We just make sure they don't win. Man, I love non-metallic metal. This look is so good! Avisa says it really does. I mean, I can understand people having their preferences, but I feel like no other painting style matches non-metallic metal. It's just so much fun. Like Grim Dark, as much as it can be pretty cool, I feel like the best way to appreciate Grim Dark is with a magnifying glass. But with non-metallic metal, you can appreciate it both at close-ups and also at eye level. Alright, I think we got the majority of his front. Now we have to do the sword and his little shoulder pauldron here, the one on Vilitch himself. And we got Elkan, saying hello, chat. Hello, Rosario. Long time that I couldn't join the streams. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, it has been a while. What you been up to? Yeah, definitely long time no see. And hey, no worries. I won't knock anybody for not being able to show up. You know, I just appreciate your follows and your patronage pretty much. So whenever you can, come in, and I appreciate the watch. Thank you very much. I am here to serve you guys. Hopefully I am able to entertain you with my painting and with my my little opinions whenever they pop up. Oh, Khan says, painting lots of figures. Ooh, what are you currently working on? Oh, and speaking of opinions, next week on Thursday, my next video will be popping up on my YouTube channel, which is Rosario Rivas Art, just like my channel is here. And yeah, so go ahead and check it out. The topic that I will be discussing in the video is why do people ship Ivrain and Gilliman? So if that is something you're interested in knowing my thoughts on, then feel free to tune in on Thursday. Okan says, Harlequins and Night Lords, Necrons, Space Marines for Kill Team, Angels of Death in Sons of Horrors Colorscape. Oh wow, that's a lot. Harlequins especially, that's gonna be pretty difficult. That's a lot of like little patterns you gotta paint on them and whatnot. Did you get basic Harlequins, or did you get some proxies? Because the Harlequin models are kind of old by now. And Travis says because reasons. Yes, and I discussed what those reasons are. Khan says, I did paint some Harlequins. Do you plan to play as all those in some kind of tournament coming up, or with friends, or? And Alkan says, but I feel like I need something more. Like more as in how? Or more as in what, should I say? Oh, more details. Yeah, those guys can be quite finicky as far as their details. So getting more detail in there is always beneficial for a Harlequin. I'd actually like to work on some Harlequin at some point. Particularly when they finally decide to make some new models for the Harlequin. So far, I've seen some good proxies, but I wouldn't say anything that really has gotten me excited enough to want to paint them. I think maybe is it Bungia miniatures. They make some Harlequin sort of Blood Bowl team, which I think would be pretty fun to kitbash and giving them like weapons in order to form my own Harlequin kill team. And Okan says, I paint Harlequins for both 40k and Kill Team. Ooh, nice. Are you painting like a whole Harlequin army, or are you just painting like a squad or two of Harlequin for an Eldar army? I don't know much about the Eldar rules, so I don't know if they get Harlequins as part of them. So a whole army of our Harlequins. Ooh, that should be interesting. Alright, let's see if I can some edge highlights in here. There we go. So, Elkan, out of those that you're currently painting, which is your favorite? All right, I think we're done with that shoulder pauldron. All right, let's start working on the pommel of the sword. Okan says, well, all are interesting, cause I don't paint the same as original. Oh yeah, I don't blame you there. I do like to customize my minis. He said, except Night Lords. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna paint Night Lords, then you gotta go with basic color scheme. They're not Night Lords anymore. But I guess then the question is, do you have a favorite you like to play if you play them, or a favorite you like to paint? Like for me, even though I like all kinds of factions to paint them, like I'm currently painting my my Tzeentch Chaos Champion, or aspiring Chaos Champion in this case, because he is going to be used for kill team. I have a favorite, which is actually the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are my favorite. Here, let me paint away from the hand. I don't want to screw that up. Okay, I think we're done with that side of the model. I think we might as well start painting up the crest of this. Yeah, it looks like we got a bot. Hold on. There it is. We do not accept abominable intelligence in this stream. Alright, so Alkan says, for playing, I only played with Necrons in 40k. The reanimation protocol is fun. From Kill Team, Chaos Marine seems way interesting. I have Legionaries, Night Lords, and Plague Marines. For painting, I enjoy and have fun with everything. Ooh, pretty cool. Yeah, I've never played 40k base game. I've only ever played Kill Team, and I can count it in 2 fingers the time I've played Kill Team. So my biggest enjoyment so far of the hobby is the painting process. So I don't mind taking a long time to paint minis. But I have painted a Plague Marine, and I have painted some Chaos Space Marines, kind of like you see me doing now. I would like to paint some Necrons at some point, but I kind of want to do something different with the Necrons. I kind of want to do a Chaos Space Marine Necron army. By that I mean Chaos Space Marines that have, well, not Chaos Space Marines, Dark Mechanicum That's what I mean. Dark Mechanicum that have somehow gotten a hold of, what's it called? Of the technology of the Necrons and began to implement it on themselves. I think making them in a sort of Tomb King / mummy vibe to them would be really fun. But then play them as Necron in Kill Team anyway. But yeah, Elkan, if you say hello to Carlos, Carlos also plays uh, Plague Marines, yeah. Oye, Carlos, si tú ya estás ahí, tienes otro fanático de los Plague Marines aquí en el chat. Se llama Elkan y Elkan le gusta también a los Plague Marines. Así que le está pintándolos también. And Elkan says, oh my, I do Dark Mechanicum and make custom codex. Ooh, okay. For 40k, you said. That sounds interesting. Like a custom codex how? Is it something like one-page rules, or is there a way to make your own custom codexes? Yeah, it looks like the paint is dried up on this guy. Clean it up a bit. Elkan says, a whole codex book, so you made your own codex. That's pretty crazy. And Elkan says, maybe in future for Kill Team too. How does that work? How does making your own codex work? Are you able to use it at all when playing against friends or whatever? Or do they like kind of ban you from that kind of stuff? I am curious. Elkan says, I still in progress, but basically I want to publish it. But before that, I will do some tests by playing with my friends. Ooh, well, let me know if you do. I'm actually very curious. Because my biggest problem with the idea of making, like if Warhammer proper ever made a proper Dark Mechanicum army, is that it'll never be as cool as it could be. Because the idea of Dark Mechanicum is interesting, because they are entirely free of the bounds that the Adeptus Mechanicus are, placed by. So they can use Xenotech, they can use demons, and pretty much use AI if they want to. So can you imagine what that crazy combination of that free reign to do anything might be? Like, I find that very interesting. Now I want to continue and paint some of the crest, but I realize that I'm going to have to switch out the brush And since there's still plenty of tiny trim around the model, I'm gonna go ahead and not paint the crest just yet, and just leave what I painted so far, and just start moving toward the back of the model, and start painting more of the tiny details here. And then we'll switch to a bigger brush. We'll start off with the back of the pommel of the sword. Should I say the hilt of the sword? Because I think the pommel is this part down here. This whole thing is the hilt. This is the crossguard. So we'll start with the crossguard. And then Okan says, in addition, it will include figures from Horus Heresy and Legion Imperialis. Ooh, yes. I feel like it's a shame that they don't include more of those in 40k proper. And it's Zine coming in, saying, "Oh my, I'm very late. Sorry about that." Hey, no worries. I get it because my schedule is kind of different now that the daylight savings time is over. So if you came in a little late, that's totally fine. No worries. How you doing, Zine? Have a good week. What you been up to? We are currently doing the non-metallic metal for Vilitch the Curseling. We've already done most of the front. Right now we're working on the tiny details on the back, and then we're going to switch to a different brush once we're done with that. And Zine saying, "I'm doing fine. How is everyone?" I'm actually doing really good. Currently trying a new brush. And actually really good. I'm liking it. It's called Maries. And it's the Quintuple Zero Maries. And I'm also sporting a new wet palette. Or should I say a wet palette, because I didn't have one before. So I'm just like the big kids now. Zine says, yeah, I noticed that. Did you buy a whole new set or just a brush? It was actually gifted to me by Milady Inquisitor Marco. Yeah, she gave me this quintuple zero Maries, and she actually gave me a few of them. So I got more right here. Very gracious of her. Elkan says, Twitch ads are too long. I am sorry. But I appreciate you watching the ads. Now the idea here that I'm going with this fan brace is that most of the light is actually catching up in this upper half of it and not so much down here. So there's only a little bit of reflection here in the little edges and corners. Okay, we're not going to put too much of this XV88 on this side of the shoulder pauldron. The shoulder pad, aka the pauldron. Because this side is more covered, so only a tiny bit there. Great, and let's get some of these little bits here on the leg. Again, we're only going to do a tiny bit. We got Beans 5 Socks saying, hi, Bean 5 Socks, how you doing? I am Interrogator Rosario Rivas, attaché to Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and this looking cute and painted minis. I'm currently painting this Vilitch the Curseling that I kitbashed for Warhammer 40k to use in my Tzeentchian Chaos Space Marine kill team. And I gave him a plasma pistol, courtesy of the Tempestus Scions, which I had lying around, and a backpack of the Thousand Sons Rubric Marines. How'd you come across my stream today? And welcome. Do you know of Warhammer 40k or anything like that? And then Beans says, hell yeah, I kitbashed town. Lol. Ooh, nice. How do you kitbash them? But yeah, welcome. Primarily what we do here is paint minis and nerd out about whatever topics we are feeling like talking about, mostly Warhammer 40k, but I'm open to movies and anime and things like that. Books too, so I can chat about books, but we also get to listen to some relaxing music and yeah, just have a good time. Hopefully paint it together. Ooh, thank you, thank you. And Beans says, just grabbing spare parts from other stuff. Ooh, like what? Do you have any particular ideas when kitbashing other stuff into your Tau, I guess, army or kill team? Like, what other stuff? Do you use, like, Space Marine stuff? Or do you use Mechanica stuff? Or maybe Orc stuff? I'm very curious. There's so much stuff you could probably put on any given army that I guess the options are limitless. And Bean says Space Marine and sometimes Orc stuff. Ooh, that must actually be pretty fun. There is some Tau auxiliary Space Marines. That should be interesting. And some Tau auxiliary Orcs. Like the Orcs will work for whoever will give them more teeth. I mean, they've been known to work with the Imperium, at least with some sects of the Imperium. So it might be interesting to actually have some Orcs as part of the town. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Beans. And Z says, oh, wait, does this mean the stream gets an extra time? No, unfortunately not. I'm still beholden to the 2 hours. And then Bean says, yeah. Ooh. Well, I would love to see it. Hopefully, if you have Instagram and you post them on there, please feel free to hit me up on there. I'm usually pretty active there. So yeah, just send me a message. It's also Rosido Divas Art. And Bean says, I'm right now painting my Tau Kill team. What kind of color scheme are you going for? Alright, I think we're done with the body itself. So I think we can start working on the backpack. Thank you for the redemption! Though I am gonna have to lower that volume a bit. That, sound alert's pretty loud. So you can't hear the waku waku. But thank you for the waku waku there, Zine! Maybe I can mute it somehow? And there we go. That should mute it. Cut these for a little while. Might have to figure out how to specifically change the audio for certain ones. I wouldn't want them all to be muted. Just the ones about the sound alerts. I think the paint on this is actually drying up because I've kept it up for so long. Let's close it up. Don't want paint drying. 70 Rose says, what does Waku Waku mean? I feel like I should remember, but I still kind of new to all these terms, so it's hard remembering all of them. It's like wow. It's like saying wow, but it's a very sort of funny way of saying wow. It's used in anime a lot. Tony Rose says, cool. Hey, you're welcome. This has been your Japanese lesson of the day. Alright, I think we are done with all the tiny parts, and now it's time to start. As Scene says, 70 Rose, search up Anya Waku Waku, that's the origin. It's actually older than her, but she's the one who popularized it. It's from this very wholesome anime called Spy Family, about a family that's not necessarily spies, but the father is a spy, and the mother is an assassin, and the little girl has mind-reading powers. And Anya is the little girl. Very wholesome. Tony Rose says, thanks, Zine and Rosario. Hey, you're welcome. Can I say except you're welcome? I feel like I need some more paint on that palette there. Oh, and just like my Ko-Fi Streambot says, if you'd like to support, then please feel free to check out my Ko-Fi page at Recital Divas Art. And also, if you'd like me to paint a mini for you, then please feel free to hit me up on Instagram. My prices are on there, and yeah, just hit me up anytime. I am currently open for commissions. All right, I think it is about that time to start using a different brush. I just realized I haven't done this part, so let me go ahead and clean this up here. All right. Looking pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and switch to a bigger brush now. Can start cleaning up our quintuple zero marine. And let's stick the little protector cap on. Alright, let's find a slightly bigger brush, but not by much. Where are my... Okay, we got size 1 here. Oh, one necessarily size 1. Here we go, size 2. So we'll be switching to size 2 Da Vinci. Let's see how Da Vinci holds up. So far I've been using that Marie brush and it's been really good. Let's see how, now with the wet palette, we're able to tell if there's much of a difference. And Zine says, do you always dress up for stream? I see your sleeve match your model. Yes, I do. I do dress up. I want to make sure that we're matching, seeing as that's supposed to be me, of course. The one issue that I run into is it's harder to find plastic, or these, should I say, gloves that match my avatar's gloves. My avatar's gloves are black. I want to get some black... what do you call these anyway? Hospital gloves? Surgical gloves? Yeah, I need black ones. Alright, let's go ahead and see how we start doing this. Sony Rose says, I missed your response to Zine's questions because of the ads. Can you repeat it, please? I was saying that, yes, I do dress up for my streams. You've noticed that my sleeve matches the color of my avatar. And I said that the main difference is that the gloves aren't the right color. I need to get some of these surgical gloves in black in order to match my avatar's outfit. As he says, wait, that come out weird. Hey, no worries. So we're gonna need a little bit more of that XV88. And El Khan says, Rosario, do you use Citadel color or other paints? And I use Citadel primarily. I've never used any other colors. Mostly because I at least know how Citadel paints work. So I don't feel like I have to learn how they hold compared to other paints. So I mostly just stick with these since it's what I know. Looks like Seminary Rose is laughing at Zine. There we go. Z says, I realized after painting my first Space Marine that my weakness is metallic color. I lost count how many times I repainted. What paint are you using? Whenever I use the Citadel paints, metallic paint, it usually comes out fine. I think where I usually have a little bit of struggle there is just edge highlighting. Because I don't know if I always pick the right colors for edge highlighting. Because sometimes the metallics are a little too similar as far as hue. So, or I guess I should say saturation. How one is brighter than the other. So, sometimes it's a little harder to notice. And Elgan says, well, I made my Plague Marines in rust for Kill Team. Ooh, just entirely rust, so no green? How'd you do your rust? Alright, and El Can says, all rust, but some of parts I made that some green color is still visible under the rust. Ah, gotcha. And God says, for rust, I use the Army Painter's Fresh Rust and Dark Rust paint. Ooh, I'm about to check out the Army Painter at some point. Let's experiment with their stuff. Do you like, I guess, overall how Army Painter's paints turn out? All right, and I think we are done with the non-metallic metal second coat. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Let's see, did I miss anything? No, everything looks pretty good. All right, so since we have a little bit of time left, what can I work on right now? I don't want to start adding on the other coat. I want to leave that other coat for next week. I don't think we have enough time for a full coating, and then I'll be trying to figure out what I did last week. So let's go to clean up the brush here. Let's start using that very useful Marie quintuple zero grabby and try to do his eyes. So for his eyes, which he has a few, he's got 5 eyes right there. Let's see if I can actually do a little bit of his eyes. So we're going to be using a Screamer Pink. I'm going to try to put a little dot of Screamer Pink in there. See how that looks. And Elkan says, is it okay to show you my Harlequins? Yes, by all means, show me. If you have a link to your Harlequins on Instagram or something, you can post it here, or you can send me a DM with pictures if you don't. I'm gonna go ahead and close up this Da Vinci brush. Put it away. Now let's get that Marie back. Somebody Rose says, it's looking so good, Rosario. The color scheme is so good. I like how vibrant it looks. Thank you, 7 Rose. Yeah, pretty happy with how he's come out. I was definitely putting him off from trying to paint it until I felt a little bit more comfortable with my scales. And I feel like, yes, the wait was definitely worth it. Yeah, let's go ahead and wet the brush a bit. Alright, I think I got them. Let's see if I can zoom in here. They're not that visible, but I definitely got some of that Screamer Pink in there. You might need to go for a brighter color. But this Marie brush has worked out really good tonight. Let's try with the T'Challa Lilac. Maybe if I go with a very bright pink, it'll be more noticeable. Alright, let's zoom in and see. Alright, I think his eyes are a lot more noticeable now. Alright. And now we can see his eyes. Okay, and with that, I think we're done for today. Yeah, I think he's turning out really good. Yeah, so today we did non-metallic metal on all the trim. We did the second coat. Next week we'll be working on the second coat. But yeah, let's before we go ahead and try to find somebody to raid, again, I would like to remind you that if you like what I do and would like support, then please feel free to subscribe to my Twitch channel, or by all means, to donate to my Ko-Fi at Rosario Rivas Art. Or if you miss an episode, please feel free to check out my YouTube channel, which is also at Rosario Rivas Art. And if you'd like to donate, then please check out my Ko-Fi, which is also at Rosario Rivas Art. Or, yeah, by all means, please check out my Instagram, which is also at Rosario Rivas Art. But yeah, let's see, who can we raid today? And again, it's been a pleasure streaming with you, Varlets. I'm gonna go ahead and look through, see who we can raid right now. Looks like we have a few choices. And looks like Hecaton is actually streaming right now. Let's go ahead and give Hecaton some love. So I'm gonna go ahead and the raid. But again, Varlets, I really appreciate you coming. It's always a pleasure. And before we go, I'm just going to go ahead and say I've been Rosario Rivas, and I will be signing out from the grim dark future. And thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Elkan, 78 Rose, Hecaton for showing up earlier, Seabass, and Stratus, everybody. It's always a pleasure having you guys here. You guys take care, and bye-bye until next week. And Z, yeah, you too. Watching you been a pleasure. Have a good night, everyone. Yeah, you take care, Zine. And I will see you, Varlets, next week. Bye-bye.
How you doing, you lovely lady? Sorry, we are in our hunt here. We're sniffing out some tracks.